Okay, we did a little design work. It didn't have anything to do with programming. It was just about here's our application, this is what's going on, and I rambled quite a bit. So let's do some Python programming to kind of do something fun and something interactive and something that you can do on your own system. So, and then you can say, wow, I did something. Anyway, let's go on with our Python programming exercise. What do we want to do? We have to have some objective. Well, from the design document said, put these menu items on the screen. And then the user selects from a menu item. And then he inputs information. So let's see how far we can get with just kind of doing it off the top of our head. Got a blank terminal screen, and let's see what we can do with this blank terminal screen. What is it we want to do first? Well, let's go back to the design document and see what the design document wants us to do. Let's see if I can find it first. It should be handy. Do an ls here. It's Python network design.txt nano Python networth design.txt. Okay, here's the inputs. So we kind of have to keep some of these in mind. We've got income, expenses, checking account balance, credit card balance, investments value, mortgage, auto loan. So these are the high categories: income, expenses, checking account balance, credit card. So I would say the first thing we want to do is present a menu screen that says, which of these inputs do you want to start with? And then once we select income, there'll be a sub-screen that says which one, wages, capital gains, or interest. And for expense categories, at this point, we only have groceries, car payment, rent, etc. So, thinking of that in mind, because I'm going to use the same terminal window for both this text and for the Python exercise that we're going to play around with. And we may take a little while to get through this, but this will work even for somebody that's never used Python. So let's see how this all works out. So let's see what I want to do next is I want to do a control exit and then get back to my menu screen. And then what I'm going to do is do a bold move. I'm going to type Python 3 because that happens to be the version of Python that's in here. And I think if you have a Linux system, you probably have Python 3 built in. So I did that. Bum, ba-da-bum. Python 3.12.3 is February 4th, 2025. Boy, that's pretty recent, isn't it? February 4th of this year, this same year that I'm recording this. So, here's some choices that I can do. Type help, copyright, credits, or license for more information. So what I'm going to do is type help first, just to see what's available here. Help. Okay. Then it says type help, open, close parentheses for interactive help, or help with an object for help about a particular object. So let's take it slowly. Let's type help. And then welcome to Python's help utility. Enter the name of any module, keyword or topic, blah, 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 blah. To quit this help utility, return to the interpreter, type Q or quit. All right, which of these things do we want to find out about? Maybe I'm going to say let's look at keywords. and see how many keywords the language of Python has. Oh, I think all I have to do is type keywords. And let me scroll up a little bit here so maybe it's easier to see on the screen. Oh, I just left the help utility. Oops. Here's a list of the Python keywords. Enter any keyword to get more help. And look at this. False, none, true, and, as, assert, async, await, break, class, continue. Def is an important one because here's where we define a function. Here we have the logical operators, else, if, should be an end if. Let's see, do we have an end if? No, we don't. I guess that isn't part of it then. Okay. And then we have looping commands, for loops, while loops. Where is it that we're going to have something that prints the output? Whoa, what's going on here? How do I print something on the screen? Let's see, are any of these going to make sense for printing on the screen? I wrote a very short Python program, and I'm not a Python programmer. I'm a C programmer, but C programming is a little more complicated than Python, so I thought, well, I'll just dig in and try to figure things out. So I punched some stuff in and got a bunch of errors, and then I went off the errors, and then I got it all fixed. So here I go, and you'll see on the tab there that I am selecting a command, and no, I didn't. I've got to select that window. There, I selected the window. Hit this, and it says clear. That's not what I want to do. That's what I just did. Here's Python 3, which launches the Python 3 program, and there's a main.py, which a lot of times you do a main.py as or main program and as the main loop, and all the other files that we create, if we do it correctly, will be based on the things that are needed by main.py to keep going. And main.py will just keep going and going and going until you hit quit. So that's kind of the idea that I've got going on here. So let's go ahead and run it. There we see welcome to Net Worth, a financial wellness tracker, and choose one of the following menu items to get started. And what I chose is checking account balance, investments value, credit card balance, and finally a quit option. So I'll just go through these. In fact, I'll do them in different orders. Let's do the credit card balance first. Let me select that. Okay, credit card balance. Let's say I owe $5,682. Wow, my credit card balance is kind of out of whack there, but let's go ahead and set that up. So I enter that. Then it says enter another choice. Let's do investments next. Let's say that I've been saving in my 401k, so I'm going to say my investments total $254,345.92. And then, oh wow, I ran into an error. Let's see what happened. Could not convert string to float. Okay. Shows I got an error right away there. So, well, let's go into the code now and see what's wrong with it. Let me see what could possibly be wrong with it. Oh, I bet it's because I put a comma in there. Let's run the program again and see if I can enter that a little bit differently. Here we go. We're starting over again, and I will enter. Let's get past that investments value. Let me put 2 down there for investments. And let me go ahead and put the 254,000 $325 and 56 cents. Let's see if it takes that. Yeah, see, it takes that just fine. I just can't put commas in the number. And probably a formatting thing that I can figure out later. And let's go ahead and put the checking account balance in. What we have? Well, we didn't do that one yet. Checking account balance. Let's say that's $4,551.83. And then what else do we have left? 3 was the credit card balance. Let's say that we're not that far off. Let's say we're 2673 and 12. Okay, those are my things, and those are entered into variables that I can use. And if I enter anything but 1, 2, 3, or 4, for instance a 7, says that's an invalid choice. So where's the code and how did this all take place? So I'm going to hit 4 and quit so I can get out of there normally. And then what am I trying to do here? Okay, want to look at the code. And nano and main.py. Here's my code. Okay, print the escape n, or the /n indicates that this is an escape character, and the n stands for new line. So I put some new lines on the screen, I put some tab characters on there and printed stuff out. That's all pretty easy. While 1. Now why would I do that? While 1, well, that means it's going to run forever. Well, it's going to run forever until we hit this break command. So here's the checking balance variable that I made as a float. The choice variable was made as an integer, and the investments balance and credit card balances are also float variables that we can use in our program. So here we go. Here we got started. Here we did something, and we did it all with the interface that's already built in. What I'm going to do next is see if we can use a fancier interface that will impress you and maybe impress me, because this is kind of a crude way to do development, especially if you've got a lot of files. So let's continue on with that next. I'm going to install something called Visual Studio Code, which is really popular in software project stuff. So this is called an integrated design environment, and it's going to make our project, or going to make our development, seem very professional, because it will be. Now, I'm going to make this video, and it's going to run on for quite a while, but I'm going to edit the heck out of it so that it doesn't lose you. Okay, back over here on the window, I'm going to follow my magical instructions. Sudo means that I'm going to switch to super user, and I'm going to update, and we're connecting and we're doing some stuff here. So you can kind of watch this thing start, and then I'll probably edit out a lot of this progress as it moves along. That update took quite a while. Now I'm going to do this. If you can read this command, if you want to try it yourself, if you have an Ubuntu or some kind of Linux type system, there it is. And let's hit the key over here and see how long this one takes. Here's an extremely long command. Let's see if that one works. Now, here's a really good Visual Studio from VS Code is what it's called, because we're not Microsoft. Who wants to be Microsoft anyway? Just want to steal their tools. Anyway, here's the code with all the pretty colors, keeping track of what's going on. And here's the code down here. And in fact, I can come over here and I can, let's select there, run and debug. So I'm going to run it. And there goes the stuff down there. Look, it started over. So I can look at my code and look at the output and do all that stuff. Isn't that a lot neater? Sorry, I'm chewing on a peppermint. Anyway, this is the environment that we'll continue to use, whether it's Python or whatever it is. So you can select the particular Python extension that needs to go in there. So that's really all I had to set up for this one. So next time we will expand on our process here a little bit and look to the more advanced parts of this project.